Done there by the Team Lotto NL Jumbo to tie things up, but inevitably the stall that follows immediately leads to another attack. That's Peter Jacobs that's just about managed to extricate himself from the bunch, and now he's probably looking around thinking, well, why did I do that? Because he needs some help, and he needs it quick if they're to have any chance. Peter Jacobs from Krelan Vascourt Service Continental squad, Belgian rider, racing in Belgium and into a pretty much a block headwind, according to the wind indicated by those flags fluttering on the left-hand side of our picture.
Nasty concrete road surface there with a great big line down the middle of it. No one's going to appreciate that. That you know, means there's a big section of this road that the riders aren't going to want to ride on in the middle. You don't want to get your tyre caught in that. And concrete roads, they're just hard, they're just draggy, they don't flow, you know. And you can see how this bunch has trimmed down so quickly over the last 5 kilometers.
Yeah, there's only a certain amount of riders in there with genuine belief at this moment. One of them is from Nippo Vinifantini. It's Daniele Colli, who has joined this attack with Peter Jacobs, and great to see the Nippo Vinifantini squad who've journeyed from Italy and haven't come here just to make up the numbers. They want to get involved, and they've been certainly animated in their efforts, but there's a visual representation of what amounts to not much of a lead at all. And riders still trying to drag their way back on to see can they do something for their teammates. Maybe just one last shot at it, get up the front and maybe provide a little bit of shelter, do one turn, as Lotto Soudal trying to get up here once more. Is this De Boist? I think it could well be.
No, Docks,
no,
I think it is.
Yeah, it's Sean De B, actually, is it?
I think it's Gert Docks, riding number 4.
Well, we wait for full confirmation. Either way, it's Lotto Soudal. And Lotto Soudal, I think, showing that they're not minded to try and set up a sprint for Tosh van der Sande. They're all about trying to get up the road and make it tougher for Team Lotto NL Jumbo. So they're thinking that the best form of defence is attack, and they're trying to get up the road and put it up to the other teams.
Looks that way at the moment, or it might just be, you know, if we throw this out here and get someone up the road, we don't have to do the work for the next couple of kilometres. Less than, well, 8.1 kilometres to go now, soon to be 8 kilometres to go. So what are we down to, sort of 10, 11 minutes of racing, not long to go at all.
8k means around about 5 miles in old money. They're rolling along at the back of the bunch, but it seems easy, but it's not easy to get off the front into a headwind. And Cofidis looking to get involved as well. The French Cofidis squad, similar colours to Lotto Soudal, but it's a plain red. Tall, rangy figure there as we wait for full confirmation. 4 riders with, what, 15, 20 seconds? Well, that could make things a little bit interesting, couldn't it? Because none of the teams behind just want to pull the trigger on their final lead out at this stage. And putting manners on this bunch, but it hasn't been the work of a moment, has it? The size of the teams that have arrived at this race mean that it's not quite as easy to control as you might see in a World Tour race. No,
it's not, and the quality of some of those teams as well is a little bit questionable. So as we've said all along, the pro Conti teams will be looking to get something out of that. 2 of those teams are in here as well. So there you've got Van Billesen from Belgium, De B from Belgium, Jacobs from Belgium, and Colli from Italy. So Belgium obviously very strongly represented in this group, but although they're just eking off the front at the moment, I don't think they're going to get away. And you were right, actually, Declan, it is Sean De B from Lotto Soudal in this front group.
Well, it's not so long since we saw him off the back and what looked like some sort of mechanical issue, but Sean De B comfortably back into the bunch, right to the front, and decides to get involved in this little bit of late surge. And the fact, well, his presence and his pedigree, I think, are going to make the other teams sit up and take notice. Not as if they wouldn't anyway, with such a... Oh, and there's another crash at the back. A little touch of wheels. Doesn't look like anyone came to a serious grief, but not an ideal situation. That's Sam Williams. Yep. Early on, had to get a bike change, got back in. We thought he was in the break. It was his namesake, Peter Williams, that was there. And he might well make it back into the bunch because he doesn't look as if he was too badly delayed there. Good ride by Sam Williams again today to be in the shake-up at the back end of Nokere Koerse Danelith Classic. Just over 6k remaining. Looks relatively comfortable for Sean De B. He's managing to maintain form. Kenny Van Bilsen on his wheel, just fighting to get back in there. and the other two squads as well. That's good service. And Wallonie Brussels,
well,
thereabouts.
If they keep this going for another 2K with this gap, this could be slightly dangerous. But the riders in the group with Sean de Bie aren't really helping him too much, are they? They're giving him a turn, but I don't think they've certainly got the strength in their legs that he has. And we can see front of the bunch there, bottom of your pitch, you could just see Lotto NL Jumbo. Still see them now with 4 riders over to the right of your picture, to the left of the bunch in the distance, in the form that it's travelling. So they're definitely trying to get something out of this race.
Well, they're all pulling faces. I don't think any of them are doing it on purpose. Sean de Bie seems to be comfortably the strongest rider. He's comfortably the smallest rider in there, but look at those thighs. They're capable of producing incredible power. And now you have Lotto NL Jumbo, those yellow helmets, white jerseys, on the left-hand side of the bunch. The right-hand side, as we look at it, just starting to get organised on the front. They'll be satisfied, I think, with the gap as it stands. Just over 5 kilometres remaining in Nokere Koerse Deinze Classic for 2016. It's Lotto NL Jumbo on the left-hand side of the bunch in the yellow colours. Team Sky to their immediate right, and all the other squads just trying to organise their lead-outs. Française de Jeu have a couple of riders in there as well. As we look at this group of 4 riders up front, the third man in line here, Sean de Bie, seems to be the strongest of the 4, as Kenny Van Bilsen has a little look over his shoulder in the red of Cofidis, and manages to nod and shake his head all the way to the front of the group. And those 2 riders seem to be the strongest. So
we can see Sky almost right next to Lotto NL Jumbo. They're amassing 4 riders at the front. Could also see Bora Argon in their black and red on the left-hand side of your picture, massing as well. So this really is going to come down to it.
Edix Quickstep inevitably put a rider across the gap. It's Wisniewski, Łukasz Wisniewski, the Polish rider, making it 5 in front, inside 5 kilometres to go. Wisniewski has an immediate, goes immediately to the front as well. He might, and Van Bilsen's not able to hold the wheel, and this will be a little bit of frustration, I think, for Sean de Bie, as it's all up for those riders. Wisniewski is going solo.
So Wisniewski just pushing away off the front here. The 4 that were trying to get away. We saw that Kohli from Nippo wasn't doing any work, sitting on the back at the end, but Wisniewski's opened up a big gap very quickly there with 4.5 kilometres to go, but that's still a long way.
While the 4 other breakaway riders have been, well, I think that would have taken the wind out of their sails a little bit, saying Wisniewski just fly past them. They're hanging on with it dangling off the front, but it's pretty much all done for them. Wisniewski, is he going to be the final attacker before the bunch sprint? Will he manage to race solo into Nokere and up the Nokere Berg, or will it be the anticipated sprint finish that looks as if it's coming up very shortly? Wisniewski will do well to hold them off. They're a little bit blurry in the background, but they're not that far away at all as the teams start to try and figure things out. On the right-hand side of picture is the blue helmets, the dark blue colours of Team Sky. And Team Sky have Andy Fenn, remember, who's capable of a very fast finish on a good day.
Veranda Willems, I think it is, or is it Wanty Group Gobert just massing just behind there? I think it's Veranda Willems massing with the majority of riders on the front here. Now this is a nasty little corner here. There's an island in the middle of the road, so some of the riders go the other way around the island, but keep your eyes just there. It could get a little bit messy. All the riders cleanly through there. So here we go. This will be the run in now to the climb.
Well, it's not going to work out for Wisniewski on this stage. What a great effort by Veranda's Willems cycling team, the local lower-ranked continental team from Belgium. They've got Timothy Dupont, and Idis Kruopus is in great form as well. Won a race just a week ago. Either of those could perhaps do a job, but it's strung out in a big way.
Bottom of your screen there, you can just see a couple more Bora Argon riders moving up. A couple Sky riders going backwards there, and I don't think that's Andy Fenn there in 4th place for Sky.
So who's it going to be? 3 kilometres remaining in the Nokere Koerse. We're heading towards a bunch finish as they race up that cobbled climb. They've been up it 9 times already, but it's the 10th time up that really counts. And 2 riders on the front, 4 Verandas Willems doing a solid job, and a couple of teammates just behind that lone interloper from Team Sky. And Sky's
There's
still
Andy
trying to...
Fenn.
Yeah, here comes Andy Fenn trying to make his way up, and he's going solo in doing it. He hasn't got anyone to help him.
right-hand side of your picture in about 8th place now. Andy Fenn just moved up on his own. So 2.6, 2.5 kilometres to go. Veranda Willems still got this very much under control at the front. They've got help from one Skyrider. Can't make out who it is from here. But here comes Wanty Group Gobert. So
Wanty Group Gobert up on the outside in that lighter blue with the white patch across their chest. Those white helmets. Wanty Group Gobert have opportunities. Kenny DeHaas, former winner of this race just 2 years ago, is in their roster this afternoon. Andy Fenn did a superb job to make it into that position there, but will he be able to maintain that position? How much is it taken out of him? And now we see the teams moving on the other side of the road. The red helmets, black colours, that's Bora Argonne trying to set something up for Scott Thwaites from Yorkshire. Just outside them, Team Cofidis from France. They've got options. They've got Ryan Bouhanni, but Michael Van Steen might be a better option for them. Another Belgian rider with the French outfit.
So we saw there Zach Dempster certainly getting his elbow out into one of the Wanty Group Gobert riders, and there was a nasty little incident back there in the bunch where someone was pushed out to the left-hand side and decided to have a bit of a thump at one of the other riders. But Bora Argonne there with 3 riders at the front. Zach Dempster having to get his elbows out to try and maintain position, and Scott Thwaites will be just behind him.
Thwaites is in there. I just about managed to pick him out. 1,400 metres remaining, a little bit less than a mile. Conspicuous by their absence so far. Team Lotto NL Jumbo, they're in the white and yellow colours, quite a bit further back the bunch. They've got Dylan Groenewegen, who might have been many people's hot favourite for victory this afternoon. He's been sprinting well of late, but he's not in there at the moment. Bora Argonne are going to have the honour of carrying the field and taking the peloton into the final kilometre.
Not sure they've got the numbers though. This guy on the front has done a lot of work. He's going to ping off fairly soon. I don't think they're going to be able to carry it all the way with Zach Dempster. He's not going to be able to deliver Scott Thwaites as fast as he needs to be delivered, so might have to look for another wheel here. He's got still 800 metres to go.
Well, and there's plenty of teams up there and a lot of riders flying solo here as well. It's a lot of freelancing sprinters in there. Look at the way it's been strung out by that fantastic effort by Bora Argonne in the last few metres. But what will they have when they hit the last 400 metres? This is all about this final sprint up the cobbles that they're about to hit very, very shortly, well inside the final kilometre. Now we come to the cobbles. Now the lead-out men pull off and leave it to their sprinters. Who's going to have it? And it looks as if Sky could be in a good position as we see Groenewegen trying to make his way up on the left-hand side. Groenewegen, number 43, finds himself in position on the right-hand side. Andy Fenn going on the left for Team Sky, and they're spread wide across the road. Veranda Willems also involved there. Wanty Group Gobert up the hill and go across the line. Oh, and it's too close to call as Wanty Group Gobert and Veranda Willems had riders in contention. What a fantastic finish, and by a wheel. Nobody wants to pick it out. Nobody's sure whether they've got it or not.
Dupont, I think that was Timothy Dupont.
Timothy Dupont has been in fine sprinting form of late. He's ready to claim it. Veranda Willems, they believe that they've got it. Timothy Dupont of Belgium makes another Belgian winner in Nokere Koerse Danalit Classic, subject to confirmation from the finishing photograph. You can be sure that there's going to be that. So this one was for one of the lower ranked teams, no doubt about it. It's a victory for Veranda Willems, and what a fantastic win for them.
What a fantastic win for them, and you could see coming up that finish straight how tired everybody was and how much that climb took out